Dear students, I welcome you all for the fourth module of Science and Technology Part 1 Metallurgy chapter. So in the chapter, so far we have learned about the physical and chemical properties of the metals in detail. So in this module, we will be learning about what is meant by metallurgy, how the metals occur in nature, what are the basic principles of metallurgy, and in what ways the ores can be concentrated like gravity-based separation methods, magnetic separation, Firth flotation as well as leaching. What is metallurgy? Metallurgy can be defined as a process that is used for the extraction of metals in their pure form. It can be also understood as the science and technology regarding the extraction of metals from ores and their purification for use. Broadly, metallurgy is classified into two types, that is chemical metallurgy and physical metallurgy. Chemical metallurgy, it is concerned with the reduction and oxidation of metals and also their chemical performance. Physical metallurgy focuses on the mechanical properties of metals, physical properties of metals and their physical performance. So metallurgy can be understood that everything that concerns with the extraction and purification of metals. Before beginning the processes and everything, let us understand how do we get metal, how metals occur in nature. So metals, if you see, we know that metals, some are very reactive, some are very moderately reactive, some are less reactive. The metals that are reactive, obviously they cannot occur in their free state, but they are found in a combined state. Especially their salts such as oxides, carbonates, sulfides and nitrates. For example, if you take iron, iron occurs as its oxide ore called hematite. So iron occurs as an oxide ore. If we take calcium, calcium is obtained as its carbonate salt called calcium carbonate, commonly called as limestone. Then if we take mercury, mercury occurs as a sulfide ore called as cinnabar. Then if we take sodium, sodium occurs as nitratine, that is its nitrate salt. So how do we extract unreactive metals? The most unreactive metals that are not affected by any of these things, air, water and any other natural factors, they generally occur in free state. For example, silver, gold, platinum, they all occur in free state. If you see this rock, you can see clearly the veins of silver running through the rock. Along with the soil, you can see mud, everything. Here, we can clearly see the presence of gold, but along with the rock. Same here, platinum also, but along with the rock and soil. The compounds of metals that occur in nature along with these impurities, they are called minerals. That is, if I say minerals, there is presence of metal but along with the impurities. The minerals from which the metal can be separated economically, they are called as ores. So, ores contain many impurities such as soil, sand and rocky substances along with the metal compounds. These are many types of ores from which the metal can be extracted. The impurities, that is the soil, sand and rocky substances, are called as gangue. Here you can see the presence of gangue and also you can see the metal. Metal can be clearly seen because of its shiny nature and it is present along with many impurities. So these impurities are called as gangue. So the metals can be extracted from their ores by there are many methods of separation present using the correct method. That is why we are learning about the physical and chemical properties of metals. Using appropriate method, we can separate the metals from their ores. This process of extraction of metal in its pure state from the ore is also part of metallurgy. So metallurgy deals from extraction of metals to complete purification of metals. Let us see some metal extraction sites in India. In India, around 10 to 11% of our economy is supported by this mining industry. The very famous Kolar gold mines that are present in Karnataka, this is the image. It is not presently active. Then copper mine in Rajasthan. Rajasthan is a state which is very rich in many types of minerals. Here is the picture of iron mining in Rajasthan, and also limestone mining that is done in Gujarat. As you have witnessed in the previous slides, most commonly the ores are taken out from mines through open pit mining. So what is open pit mining? Open pit mining, also known as open cast or open cut mining, it is a surface mining technique of extracting the rock or minerals from the earth by their removal from an open air pit. Sometimes this pit is also known as a burrow. So from the ores taken from the pit, the gangue is usually separated at the site, that is at the extraction site itself, by using various methods. Then the cleaned ores are carried to the place where metals can be processed and produced. So the metals, after processing, we will get it in pure form. But even though it will not be very pure, so the metals can be further purified by different methods of purification. These methods depend upon their physical properties and as well as chemical properties. So this entire process, that is from taking out the ore from the open pits to the complete purification of method, is called as metallurgy. So children, by now we know what is meant by metallurgy. We have a brief understanding. Now let us see the basic principles of metallurgy. Metallurgy involves three main stages. The first one being concentration of ores. So the process of removal of gangue from the ore, it is technically known as concentration, and the purified ore is known as concentrate. We know that this process happens at the extraction site itself. Then comes the extraction of metals. Metals are converted to other forms like oxides and sulfides. We know that many metals occur in their salt form. That is, we have seen maybe as an oxide itself or as a carbonate or nitrate, like that. So if we are converting them into their oxides and sulfide, it will be easy to extract them. So second process after concentration is converting the metals into their oxides and sulfides so that it will be easy to extract. Then as a result, we will get the metal oxide. These metal oxides are reduced further to get a pure metal. So this is a lengthier process, and this process is extraction of metal. By the end of this, we will get a pure metal, which won't be much pure. That is, it won't be 100% pure. So we will refine this metal. So after extraction, they may be found with various impurities. So using electrolysis, we will obtain a pure metal. Let us learn the first step in detail, that is concentration of ore. What is concentration of ore? The process of separating gangue from the ores is called as concentration of the ore. So after this process, the concentration of compound of the desired metal, so whatever the metal compound may be, that concentration is increased because we are removing all the gangue from the ore. The exact way to be used depends upon the physical properties of the metal, definitely. It also depends on the reactivity of the metal and also the facilities available for purification. So these determine the method to be adopted for concentrating the ore. The factors that could be responsible for environmental pollution are also considered. If I am adopting a method that will harm the environment of that particular place, I cannot choose the method. So the environmental pollution concerning factors are also to be taken into consideration. The separation basically may be based on gravitation, magnetic separation, froth flotation or leaching. These are the basic methods which we will be seeing in detail in the coming slides. The first process is separation based on gravitation. See, we know that the heavy particles of the ores, they can be separated from lighter particles due to gravitation. We know that the heavier particles will settle down at the bottom than the lighter particle. So, separation based on gravitation, there are two methods that can be adopted. First one is Wilfley table method and the next one hydraulic separation methods. These two methods are based on gravity separation. So the first method of concentration of ore we are going to learn is Wilfley table method. This figure gives you a model of Wilfley table. Let us see how it works. The Wilfley table is made by fixing narrow and thin wooden rifles on an inclined surface. So this is the inclined surface. Either we can fix thin and narrow wooden rifles, or as here you are seeing grooves are present. Either way it can be made. So the table is kept vibrating continuously. We will make the table vibrate continuously. The powdered ore obtained from ball mill. Ball mill, it is an instrument which is used to powder the lumps of ore into a fine powder. After powdering, that ore is introduced to this Wilfley table. A stream of water is also released from the upper side. You can see the provision for putting the crushed ore, and also a jet of water stream is being released so that it will mix with the crushed ore. As a result, the lighter gangue particles, that is the soil, clay, mud particles, they will be mixed with water and carried away along with the flowing water. But the metals that are being heavy in nature, they will be blocked by the wooden rifles. Here in this case, they will be settling down in the grooves provided, or they will be blocked by the wooden rifles, and it will be collected between the slits, between the rifles. Then in these particles, if you see, that is the particles that are there in the grooves, and if we are using wooden rifles, we will have the slits. The particles that are collected between them, they will have more portion of metal and very less portion of gangue. So this is a working Wilfley table. Here is a provision where powdered ore and water are mixed together and introduced here. You can see the table continuously vibrating. And the first one is, you can see the mud particles and sand particles getting washed away by the water, and it will be thrown out. Then you can see these are the narrow slits, that is the gap between these long wooden rifles. This is called slit. The rifles may be made in wooden also, sometimes in metal also, depending upon the condition prevailing. You can use anything. So you can see the metal like powdered form, it is collected between the slits. These powders will have high concentration of metal and less concentration of gangue. So this is the first method in separating the gangue from the ore. The next method we are going to see based on gravity separation is hydraulic separation method. The hydraulic separation method is based on working of a mill, like how the flour mill kind of things work, the same way. So there is a tapering vessel. Tapering vessel is a narrow one. So tapering vessel that is used in a grinding mill. So it opens in a tank-like container that is tapering on the lower side. When you see, this is the opening and tappers on the lower side. The tank has an outlet for water on the upper side and a water inlet on the lower side. The outlet is at the upper side and the inlet is in the lower side. So first, the finely powdered ore is released into the tank first. Then a forceful jet of water is introduced in the tank from the lower side. We are going to introduce the jet stream from the lower side. So the gangue particles that are lighter and therefore they flow out along with the water jet from the outlet on the upper side, and then we can collect it separately. The heavy particles of the ore, they will be collected at the bottom from the lower side of the tank. So this method is based on law of gravitation, wherein the particles of the same size are separated by the weight with help of water. So this is hydraulic separation method. The next method we are going to see is magnetic separation method. Let us see how to concentrate the ore using magnetic separation method. So this is a image that gives you a brief view of how a magnetic separation method technique is used. So this method requires an electromagnetic machine. We are not going to use a natural magnet. Instead, we are going to use an electromagnet. The main part of the machine are two types of iron rollers. So we have two iron rollers and a conveyor belt moving continuously around them. So these are the main parts. So one of the roller is non-magnetic where the other is magnetic. Out of the two rollers, one is non-magnetic, the other one is magnetic. The conveyor belt moving around the roller, it is non-magnetic and is made up of leather or brass. So the first one, the powdered ore is poured on the conveyor belt near the non-magnetic roller. So we have placed two collector vessels below the magnetic roller. Let us understand how it works. If you see, there are two types of particles. The red one is magnetic and the blue one is non-magnetic. The particles of the ore that are magnetic are attracted towards the magnetic roller. So the red one is attracted by the magnetic roller. Therefore, they stick to the magnetic roller and are carried further along the belt and fall in the collector vessel that is placed away from the roller. If you see the red one, you can see it is carried further and then collected in the vessel that is placed away from the magnetic roller. Then the particles of non-magnetic, here in case this is the blue color one, the non-magnetic ore that falls on the collector vessel that is there placed near the magnetic roller. So in this way, magnetic and non-magnetic ingredients in the ore can be separated depending on their magnetic property. For example, the ore of tin is called calcitride. It contains non-magnetic stannic oxide, whereas magnetic ferrous tungstate. So these two can be separated using this magnetic separation method. The next method is Firth flotation method. The Firth flotation method is based on two opposite properties, that is hydrophilic and hydrophobic properties of the particle. Hydrophilic means the particles will have affinity towards water, that is they can be mixed or attracted towards water, where hydrophobic are something that will repel water. Based on these two properties, this method is used. So ore is hydrophobic where gangue is hydrophilic. If you see the ores that are used in this method, we use hydrophobic ores where the gangue, that is the soil mud particles, are hydrophilic. So the particles of metal sulfides, we are using this method to extract sulfide ores. So the particles of metal sulfide, due to their hydrophobic property, they will get wetted mainly using oil. So we are going to use oil to wet the sulfide ores, where due to the hydrophilic property, the gangue particles can be wetted with water. So by using these properties, certain ores can be concentrated by Firth flotation method. In the Firth flotation method, finely ground ore are put into a big tank that is contain ample amount of water. So this is the tank in which the ore is put first. So after that, We will be adding certain vegetable oil such as pine oil or eucalyptus oil. So it is added to the water for the formation of froth. So pressurized air is blown through the water. You can see this, pressurized air is blown through the water. There is an agitator rotating around its axis in the center of the flotation tank. This agitator is used only as per the need. So the bubbles are formed due to the blown air. As we are blowing pressurized air, normally bubbles will be formed. So due to agitation, a foam is formed in the oil. So we are spinning it fast. When you agitate it, there will be foam formed from oil, water and the air bubbles. They together form due to this agitation. This foam rises to the surface of the water and it floats. So this is why it is called as froth flotation. The froth formed, that is the foam formed is floating on the water. So this froth will be collected separately. So the particles of sulfide ore float with the foam. The foam contains the sulfide ore because they are wetted by oil, not by water. So along with the oil, the foam will contain the sulfide ore also. So for example, this method is used for concentrating zinc blende and copper pyrite, which are sulfide ores of the metals zinc and copper respectively. The next process that we are going to learn is about leaching. Leaching is a process where the ore is treated with certain chemicals so that the metal in the ore will be converted to some other soluble salts where the impurities, that is the gangue, will remain insoluble. So this is the first step in the extraction of metals like aluminium, gold and silver. The ore will be soaked in certain solution for a long time. So the ore get dissolves in the solution due to a chemical reaction. The gangue which cannot react will deposit it so that it can be separated. For example, the concentration of aluminium ore bauxite is done by leaching method. In that method, bauxite is soaked with either aqueous sodium hydroxide or aqueous sodium carbonate, which dissolves the main ingredient, that is the aluminium in it. By this way, metals can be extracted via leaching process. We have come to the end of the module. So let us summarize the points we have learned. Metallurgy can be defined as a process that is used for extraction of metals in their pure form. High and moderately reactive metals occurs as compounds and less reactive metals occurs in free state. The minerals from which the metal can be separated economically are called as ores. Ores contain many types of impurities such as soil, sand and rocky substances along with the metal compounds called gangue. Metallurgy involves three main stages, that is concentration of ore, extraction of metals and refining of metals. The process of separating gangue from ores is called as concentration of ores. So in this process, the concentration of the metal is increased. The separation may be based on gravity, magnetic separation, froth flotation or leaching. The heavy particles of the ores can be easily separated from lighter particles of gangue by gravitational methods. Wilfley table method and hydraulic separation that we learned are based on gravitation. So using magnetic separation method, the magnetic and non-magnetic ingredients in the ore can be separated depending on their magnetic nature. The froth flotation method is based on two opposite properties, that is hydrophilic and hydrophobic properties of the ore. Leaching is a process where ore is treated with the chemicals to convert the valuable metals into soluble salts while the impurity remains insoluble. So the rest of the chapter we will continue in the coming modules, children. Thank you for listening.